Hello, YouTubers. Well, I told you some time ago about the German magazine that had asked me to contribute to, which is a youth magazine, and that magazine has now been published, and what a wonderful magazine it is, beautifully presented with lots of content. Of course it's all in German, so I don't understand a word of it except the bit which is the thing I submitted of my life to them that they have produced in the booklet. But as I think I told you last time, there is a website attached to the magazine, and I'll put a link down below if you care to go and look at it, and it is there that I will be giving answers to the questions that some teenagers have voted for me to answer. Hello, my name's Peter, and I've been on the internet a long time, and I'm known as the Internet Grandad, and I'm here to answer your questions. So make sure you click on the voting button to click on the question that you'd like me to think about to answer. Goodbye. So that'll be something that I will be doing in the future, together with many other things that I do other than making videos here. But I thought it might be interesting to do some videos here for a while on answering teenage questions from those that you have submitted to me, and also all the many other questions that were submitted to the German youth magazine that won't be chosen to be answered. And one of them was, when you were young, did the old also scold the young like it happens today? Well, I could make a very quick video for that and say, yes, of course. I think it's the duty of a parent to see that their child is brought up to behave properly, to be respectful, to obey the laws, and to fit in with both the family and society. In any family or community or even nation, there has got to be rules and regulations, or otherwise there will be anarchy and chaos. And I think it's the duty of a parent to see that their children do behave in a fitting manner. And so therefore, yes, there are times when of course you do have to scold or reprimand or lead them in the right direction. Of course, as time's gone on, maybe there's a more liberal attitude to some things that were different from my day, but basically those basic rules apply then as they do now. Perhaps I could illustrate this with a story. Before I tell you the story, let me say that I had a wonderful relationship with my parents, and although I often perhaps needed a little bit of correction, we were a very happy family. And with my own family, I really cannot remember a time when I had to reprimand them for anything. So I think, you know, it must be some important occasion. So I'll tell you the story of one thing that happened, and I think I would have been about 12 years old, and I was asked on my way to school to deliver something to a lady in a shop further up the road, which I did. But when I came home, it was reported that I had been rude. Well, yeah, I guess I may have been, because I didn't like this lady anyway. So anyway, the fact was reported to my mother, who asked me about it, and she said, you must go up and apologise to Mrs. Nelson, her name was, and I said I wouldn't. Had I been a bit older, I might have thought, I think I may be in trouble here. Yes, all right, Mum, I will go and apologise. But of course, as a teenager, I said I wouldn't, and she said, you will. And there was no argument about it. She picked up a leather dog lead, and she pushed me out the door, and she whipped me across the calves of my leg and walked me up to the lady to apologise to her. Well, I remember that lesson now, and I hope perhaps it guided me into a way of respecting older people or authority, and I think that I do. And so in answer to the question, yes, I think there are times when you have to scold or direct children to the right ways of living, and I guess there are many teenagers who rebel in all sorts of ways, but if we're going to live in a harmonious way, then that cannot be allowed. So that would be my answer to that question, and perhaps we can do some more specific answers. I don't think it would be right of me or anybody else to give specific advice to any one person's particular problem. I think you would have to know that person very well, and they might be, you know, a relative or a close person you had close contact with. But there are many questions of a general form, and if my opinion interests you, well, that's what we may do in the future. But until then, as always, I'll say goodbye